Hi everyone. So welcome to the another video of JMeter tutorial. So today we'll see how to send an email from the JMeter using the Gmail. Not only Gmail, you can use Yahoo Mail or you can use the Outlook also. But for this demo purpose, I am taking the Gmail for the testing. Okay. So what we have to do before, creating the script, setting the things in JMeter, you have to make sure you have to go to your Google account. Under this manage your Google account, you have to go to the security option. Okay, so under security, you will find the option, scroll down and end of the page, you will be seeing this option, right? So let's secure app access. So make sure this is in the on mode. Okay, so if it is off, then you cannot access the Gmail. Okay, so once this is on, like so simply click on this one. So if I have enabled this one, right? So which is on. If this is in off status, then you cannot access your Gmail through the even JMeter or any kind of applications like in Jenkins, right? So all the setup we have to enable this option. Okay, one that is done, then we are good with setting the things in JMeter. So now I will open the JMeter. Okay, by default test plan will come. So right click on the test plan. We have to create one thread group, right? So under the thread group, we can go to the sampler. In the sampler, you have to add this SMTP, right? So simple mail transfer protocol. This is a sampler we have to add. So once this is add, you can see the server details, port number and address from to a CC or BCC, right? And authorization and everything we can go one by one. Okay, the first thing is the server which I am using is Gmail. Okay, this is my Gmail server. So similarly, you can use for Yahoo as well as Outlook, right? So I have to copy this one. I have to name it to this one server, right? So this server is smtp.gmail.com. Okay. So after this, you can see the port number, right? So by default port number is SSL. If you are using the SSL option, then it is 465. And if you are using the TSL, and it will be 587. Okay, we will see the both. Okay, so first I will go with the SSL. So I will simply give us a 465. Okay, so address from, this is my email ID. I'm using it, which is qalearntogether@gmail.com, right? So simply I will copy this my email ID. I will update here. Okay, this is my front address, and I'm two also. I'm giving the same one. Okay, so if you want to CC or BCC anything you can configure the email ID, whatever you want. Okay, so once this is done, we have to use the authorization where my username is the same one, and you have to give a Gmail password, right? So far we have done the server setup, and when come to the username, you have to give a username, email ID as well as password, right? So my password I will give. Okay, so I have updated the password. So here we have selected this SSL server port number, right? So we have to click on this use SSL option. Okay, after this, when you scroll down, so here you can see the message. We have to send something in the subject as well as in the message body also, right? So you can type something like this is JMeter script. Okay, so this is JMeter test, or I will give only subject as a JMeter test. Okay, so if you want to include the timestamp, you can include, but this one will give some other, kind of non it will be not very useful when you select this timestamp option. So instead of using this one, what we can do, we can go with our by default options which is available in the our JMeter itself. So for example, if you go to the time functions that used in the JMeter, so you can get it different time zone. Different format, right? So if you go to okay, so time function in JMeter. Okay, you can go to anything. One second, let me get to the correct one. Okay, so here you can see if you want to use this one, like this will be the example, right? So for example, we want to use like a date, time, and year as well as the day also, right? So for that one, I have already taken some examples. So kind of this kind of examples, right? So you can see it here. Okay, so when we use this one, so it will give you the day, month, year, as well as the timing. Okay, so I will go with the first one. Okay, so this is a default variable, that is defined in the JMeter. Okay, so basically this is coming from the our Java document only, simple date formatter, right? So we'll use in the Selenium script or any Java program, right? So when you see this one, so this is a format, internally JMeter also using. Okay, so here you can see I will take it. Yeah, this is a pattern, right? So I have just copied from the, I mean, 2, 3 pattern from here, and I'm using it here. Okay, so now I will see the examples. I mean, different example. So if you come here, so we have defined this one, right? So if you want to type anything in the body, right? So test of JMeter results, I will give. Okay. So now we have done setup, like so we have configured the server and we have configured the port number and from address to address, as well as I have given my username, password details. And this is how my subject look, JMeter test hyphen, what is the, I mean, current date and time. And this is my body, right? So once this is done, we are good to think like, so we'll add some listeners to validate the results. Okay, I have just added this view tree results, right? So where you can validate whether the response is success or not. Okay, so I will simply execute this one. Now we can see there are no emails in my inbox, right? So only these are the older mail that I got. Okay, now I'll come to here, JMeter. I will execute the script now. Okay, it asking to save. It's okay. I'm just running without saving the script. Okay, so now the script is running now. Let's wait for the results. Okay, the script is done. Now we can see this is a request, right? So the response body, this one, and you can see the response body also. Okay, once again. Yeah, so here you can see this is a request header that went from this one, and two is the email ID, and what is the message, and what is the subject, right? So this is a subject we have configured. JMeter test hyphen today date and time, local time, right? So this is my local time, right? So if I go to the my inbox, I mean my Gmail inbox, right? So here you can see I got the email. So which I got my local time 11:19, right? So very recently I have got this one, and this is my body, right? So this is what I have updated in my JMeter script as well. Okay, test of JMeter results. Okay, so this is how we will get. So for example, now if you want to use this TLS port number, right? So for TLS we have to use the 587, right? I will update as a 587, and here you have to select the option called start use TLS. So earlier we were using SSL, so that's the reason we have, I mean, selected this option. So since we are using the TLS now, we have to use this option. No, and now, so I will change some time format also. So earlier what we got, so date, today date, and current time, right? So now I will go with some other example. So if I give this one, right? So it will give you the current date and a time in the AM and PM time zone. I mean, not time zone, the time frame, right? I will update this one, and now I will come here. I will execute the script now. Okay, this is our first one. So now we get, I mean, about to get one more results. Now we can see. So this is a header, I mean, subject line. So JMeter test today time, right? So today date, and this is a time, right? So it is 12:21 p.m. right? So I'm getting my local time. We'll go to Gmail inbox. You can see. So this is how the time is getting. I mean, time function is work, right? So you can use anything. So for example, if you want to use this one also, you can use. So it will give you the time zone as well, right? So I will come here and I will change this one. So anything you can use. I mean, any timestamp that given by the Java, this date I mean date and time pattern, right? So anything you can use. Okay, now I will come back here. Okay, so now I will run the case again. Okay, so I am running as a third time. Yeah, so now we can see this is, I mean, the time, right? So it is coming as a today, I mean, date and, I mean, month and year. And you can see at the, this is a time and this is a time zone, right? So you can use any time function, I mean, like this. So if you want to with the time zone option or only date and time, right? So now we can see we got the email as well. So it is coming as a today, date and month, year, everything. And the time as well, we can see this is coming in the IST, right? So my time zone is IST. Okay, so you can use any timing. So why do we use this one, right? So end of the test results, you want to share the email ID, I mean email report, right? And you want to know the status, you can use this one. So here you can some options you have, like if you want to attach the file and attach the report, also you can do that one. Okay, so this is how we'll send the email from the JMeter. Okay, I will share this all details in my video description. Please let me know if you are, I mean, if you need any help or any clarification, if you're not finding, I mean, you are not able to complete this one, please leave it in the comment. I will try to address. Okay, so this is how we will do the SMTP sampler, sending the email from the JMeter. Okay, so that's all about this video. Thank you guys.